Hi guys, I'm here to show you how to use my panels behind the subjects. The first thing you have to do is duplicate your layer. And when you duplicate it, make a selection on the top layer. I already have selection, not to waste time, okay? So here is the selection, and we are going to put the background in between the selection and the background. So choose this one to be active, okay? Click on it. Now go and grab one of the layers you want. So I'm choosing this one and dropping it there, and as you can tell, the light on the background comes from camera right and her light comes from camera left, so it's not going to look natural if you have it like that. So we have to flip it. As you have it on free transform mode, right click and flip horizontal, then make it smaller. Now it depends what you want. If you want that panel next to her, just like this, that's a small room, no room for her to go forward or back. So if you have it like this, you have to do shadows behind her, so it looks like she casting, because she naturally will cast shadows on the wall. Now if you don't want to do shadows and want to make it look it is far from her, you have to make it smaller. And I'll choose to do that. I can put it this way. I just choose to do it this way. And I'm going to click OK. Now, if you want that thing to look close to her, you still have choice to do it looking close to her. I'm going to make a new layer, absolutely empty. And I'm going to grab my rectangular marquee tool and draw a selection to show you. So if you want this picture to be really next to her, you have to draw a line of the floor here. Now it looks like it's really close to her, but it's kind of higher on the wall, not all the way down. And if you want to put the line here, it's going to look like she is away of this wall, and we don't have to do shadows, okay? And here we go. I'm going to just stroke that thing because I have a new layer already. Right click inside of the selection and stroke. So you have to choose now, you have to choose color. If you put red, it's just not going to look right. So click here and choose a dark color. Not the darkest, but somewhere here. And I like that, and I'll go OK. And I choose 2 pixels. So you can choose more or less, depends what you want. If you want to do shadows, you can do it twice. Well, I don't know. I don't want to go into this so deep, but I'll explain in a second. Now we cannot see it because I have selection going. So you go select, deselect, or Command D is the shortcut. And now here is the line. Now you can duplicate it. You can blur it to spread so it creates some shadows, but just even a line is going to work. Now we have to, you see this panel has a line here on purpose to look like a panel. So I would personally, since I have it already in Smart Object, I'm going to click here, and it's very, very sharp. So I want to blur it because we don't want it that sharp. If it's really in distance, it's going to be blurred. Filter and Gaussian blur, oops, as you can, Gaussian blur, ever so slightly, 2.2, and if you don't like it, you're in Smart Object, and you can always double click here and go back and adjust it if you want to, okay? Here we go. The only thing we have to do is drop shadow now. Oh, I have to reduce the opacity a little bit. That looks just too much to me. And so drop shadows. Oh, I'm not good at drop shadows, but I'll try to explain them. Right click here and blending options. So as you are on the blending options, you have to go and click on drop shadow. And sometimes you're not going to see those settings because something else, you have them added, but something else is active. So make sure to see this one active in order in order to see the shadows, okay? So the first thing you have to look is the light, the angle of the light. So depending, let me just make them bigger so we can look. Oh, the other thing is you can move them from here if you want to. You don't have to guess. Okay? And that thing is going to spin depending where you move it. So if I move it here, the light comes from bottom. If I move it there, you see what I mean. So you can adjust it manually or like that. Now you can see that shadow is a little bit too sharp. So making it less sharp goes from blur. Don't ask me why. I'm self-taught on these drop shadows. So we'll spread it a little bit more. And distance, of course, is going to bring it far from that. You have to add a few of them. Opacity, of course, makes it more pronounced or less pronounced. So I'm going to add more shadows. Oh, the other thing here, which I almost forgot to tell you, is that if you have a red wall, for instance, you're going to have to sample for your color. I'm using black here, but I can go, click there, and choose the color of the wall, okay? I don't need it in this moment. Then I'm going to just click here and add another shadow. And it's going to come with the same settings, so you have to bring it closer. You have to reduce the opacity. And you can play with, I would make it smaller. And I will add another one. When you click on the plus, it's going to add another one on the top of it. And this one, I'm going to make it even sharper. And it looks good to me. You can play with it. You can, depends what you want from that. And that's pretty much all. So you can see, I can reduce the opacity a little bit more. Looks pretty good. That's all on the panels. And if you want to use it, if you want to bring it close to her, you can just edit free transform. Okay, I know. The smart filters are not going to apply. Okay, that's a new computer, can you tell? If you want it really close to her, you have to remove that line. Here is close to her, but now you have to do shadows, okay? And that's all. Thank you.